For the damage tile type, we're just going to take all of the main options from here down and take a look at those. The first one we'll do is just the damage type. Alright, so on the damage type, we have a trigger-only time-based pattern, none. We're going to do it time-based, meaning that it's just simply going to be turning on and off for when it can apply damage to it. Right. We're going to say it's going to be unlimited, so it's constantly going. We have our timers and delays. Now let's look at the pattern on this one and kind of explain it. Also, one thing to take note is be sure in Build a Game, you can go to the, if you go to the Build a Game videos, there's a full set on damage and how to set them up, and you can visually see what's happening with it. So on the timers and delays, we have a mode start number of times, and then there's the mode, so each one is a mode. So you have a start, delay min, delay max, and if there's the same value, it's just going to be 10. If you have a different value, it'll give you a random number each time for it. The mode when it comes on, so the timer when the object is on, you can say it's going to be how many times it happens, and then you say whether it's the min value, max value for how long it is delayed. Alright, now again, we're using time-based, so what we're saying here is that on start, we're going to have a delay of 1 second, and then the number of times being 0 is just going to keep on looping through these, and then you're going to say the mode on is going to be a delay of 1 second as well. Alright, on the patterns, using our time-based, with this one we're just going to say that the number of times we're actually using it, how many times is it going to be in the start mode, we're going to say it's 2 times. And then we're going to say how many times does it come into it, it's once for the idle start. And on the idle on, each the number of times, then every time it goes to it. Again, we're saying it's going to be twice and then once. So this is basically allowing you to say if it's going to take 1 second, and then the number of times being 2, which is now going to be 2 seconds. Alright, and that's if the number of times is set for it. So again, this may not make a lot of sense just yet. When you go into Build a Game and you see it happening, that's going to help you kind of identify the connect what happens on the idle on with the idle start. Alright, so we have our damage type, we have our timers, delays, we have our pattern set for it. When it comes to the collider, collider is going to be saying when does the collider box, and if this was the collider box you'd probably want it smaller. Does it come on, and if it does, at which state does it turn on, which state does it turn off. We don't want the collider box on for any of the states, so we're actually just going to leave them all off. The hit point box, at what state do we want it to come on? Well, based on your animation, that's going to help you understand when you want the hit point on. You may have only one state where you're actually checking for the hit point, and the other states are just playing an animation getting ready for that moment. By default, we have it set for off when it's at the idle start, meaning that the spikes would be at the very bottom of the ground. You have a turning on, meaning the spikes are going up, and then when they get to the idle on state, where they're going to stay for a second, this point you could also say they're on, and then on while they're moving down. So again, based on your animation and what you're trying to accomplish with it, you may find yourself changing these to fit just right. Alright, so the last thing we'll look at is going to be the animation. We'll set this up in a separate video and just walk through the animation parts for it.